It's been a very busy day in Lagos as both the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Muhammadu Buhari, and the wife of President Goodluck Jonathan, Patience, were in the city to canvass votes. Buhari held at least 2 town hall meetings and a rally in different parts of the city. We caught up with him in the town hall meeting he held with artisans in Lagos, where he unfolded some of his agenda for small and medium enterprises.
We intend to improve the security of the country to enable self-employed craftsmen like your good selves to carry on your profession in as safe an environment as possible. Our government, if elected, promises to provide basic support to your businesses, especially with regards to power, which constitutes about 30 to 40% of your operational costs and eaten into your profits. We are committed to accelerate a steady power supply to reduce this burden on your businesses, to make them more efficient and profitable. Regular power supply will mean that the average artisan will save 1,500 naira a day that is spent on fuel for generators. That amounts to 45,000 naira a month and 540,000 naira a year, which a hard-working artisan can then spend on himself and his family. A better economy and a better exchange rate will give your groups cheaper operating costs and the ability to purchase tools and raw materials for your businesses. Only when you work, you have worked it out and closely cost the damage that poor national power supply does to individual businesses, does one realize that calamity this government has visited on the Nigerian economy.
Now, Buhari was not the only one who addressed the artisans. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola gave a passionate speech with the PDP coming under the hammer. Take a listen to what he said.
Some of you have probably seen a new device. Those of us who use mobile phones, we now carry something in addition to the mobile phone, a power pack. Not so. Why are we carrying it? Oftentimes, there is no power. So, you know who is making the money from those power packs? Chinese tradesmen, Chinese artisans, Chinese factories. They have enough electricity, they don't need it there, but they know that we are suffering. So they manufacture it, we import it, then we carry it. And it carries 3 words: made in China. Your phone, made in. Your glasses, made in. We have men and women who can turn that around. With the right government, with the right policies, this country will only reach its peak when it begins to do 3 things. There's something defined by 3 things. When you look at our clothing, when you look at our glasses, when you look at our phones, when you see the words made in Nigeria, then you know that Nigeria has arrived. Now, the PDP does not believe in that. If they believed in that, power will be the thing that they will deliver promptly and quickly. And after 16 years of a PDP government, several billions of dollars down the drain, every time they commission a new power plant that was commissioned 10 years ago, power reduces. So you will not see made in Nigeria unless you send away the PDP from the center. The other thing you must do, we have heard about soft loans. If the interest rate and the borrowing rate is too high, you know what it does? When you borrow, the government by its own policy has told foreign companies, my goods are too expensive, you bring your own. If your production cost is too high because you generate your own power, you pay high interest rate. And power is 2% of the production cost in Europe. And interest on loans is 1 or 2%. Can you compete? And it is the PDP policies that are raising interest rate to 24-30%. Are you ready to continue with this? I know you are not ready. I know you are persuaded. I know you will vote General Buhari. But this is the message you must take home to your employees. This is the message you must take home to your spouses who are not here. This is the message you must take home to your community and residents association. Why PDP cannot continue in power? Because it will destroy what is left of Nigeria. Now, does PDP like artisans? My view is no. Let me give you one example. A country that continues to import fuel, kerosene, diesel, and petrol, when it has the raw material here, does not like artisans. Because when you have refineries working here, you will have artisans, filters, welders, plumbers, working in the engineers, working in the refinery. So all the jobs that you should have been doing, the PDP is happy to export it to overseas refineries. The difference between the current president and the current Minister for Petroleum, and when General Buhari was Minister for Petroleum, was that we were exporting petrol out of Nigeria during his tenure as Petroleum Minister. That is the difference. It meant that our refineries were working during his tenure as Petroleum Minister. It meant that if refineries were working, artisans were employed in those refineries, providing all sorts of support and maintenance. That is the difference you have to choose in this election. Again, ask yourself, really, if today state governments cannot collect their monthly FAC allocations, and construction companies are laying off workers, between December 2014 and March this year, this March we are in, I conducted a snap survey of 4 construction companies, the big 4. In 3 months, they have laid off 5,000 construction workers who are Nigerians. Is that friendly to artisans? Who are the people who work with construction companies? So just get it and take it home. Maybe you still have a job, but some people have started losing theirs, and it may be your turn.
Well, quite a passionate speech there. Still on the town hall meeting, APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari told the gathering that if he is elected president in the coming elections, he would launch a probe into the power sector.
The National Assembly at some stage was concerned about 3 major social institutions or industries: power, pension funds, and petroleum industry. So they conducted hearing in Abuja and the 6 geopolitical zones. The revelations are frightening, but whatever it is, they treated it constitutionally. They forward their recommendation to the presidency, and that is the end of it. An APC government will have to study that hearing by the National Assembly, because the presentation given by people throughout the country, documentary presentations and recorded ones, will help in quickly coming to grips with the problem of power, of the missing pension funds, and the extreme corruption in the petroleum industry.